اوكي شباب مرحبا. فيديو جديد MK1 أوميني مان، جيمبلاي جديد، كومبات كاست جديد. اهلا وعليكم السلام. ان شاء الله يكون الصوت واضح. اوكي هاي ضايل دقيقة و48 ثانية على بداية الكومبات كاست. ان شاء الله يكون الجميع حاضر لانه واضح انه جيم بلاي خرافي لأوميني مان. فيلتروم هاز arrived. فيلتروم، مين سمع بهذا الخبر؟ روكستار جيمز اخيرا اعلنوا عن GTA 6 وراح تنزل، او التريلر راح ينزل بشهر ديسمبر. يعني خبر انا انصعقت اول ما شفته، قلت هذا عن جد؟ واو، بعد طول انتظار خيالية اخيرا GTA 6 راح تنزل. التريلر تبعها بشهر 12. صراحة مفاجأة غير متوقعة. اهلا وعليكم السلام. بس يا ريت تحكوا لي اذا في الصوت، ان شاء الله يكون الصوت ظابط وواضح اذا ممكن. الصوت واضح.
The combat cast starts now.
All right, and welcome to another combat cast. Woo! I'm here. I'm Tyler Lansdowne. There we go.
تمام،
Been a bit since we heard
لانه
that.
اهم شيء صراحة الصوت واضح، لانه ما عندي كاميرا اشوف او شيء
Studios.
اركز عليها.
I'm Derek Kurzik, one of the designers here at NetherRealm Studios.
نيجي لثلاث شخصيات من MK1، ستيفاني، ريك.
So today we are going to
راح يعرضوا أوميني مان.
and some Tremor as well as a cameo.
طبعا لا تنسوا انه أوميني مان غدا هو
Go to a
صدور
Omni Man, which many of you see.
اول DLC من MK1 أوميني مان. حضروا حالكم لبكره. طبعا هذا الفيديو اللي شفناه عن أوميني مان دي ورجونا اياه.
Realms are mine.
صراحة شخصية مدمرة.
Think, what good would your death accomplish?
Inspiring future generations to oppose you.
Fight. Highly doubt a blind swordsman can kill me.
Sento and I are more than meets the eye.
اوكي هون ورجونا عن تريمر كيف الفاريشن مختلف عن اي كاميو تاني. تريمر عنده اكتر من فاريشن، اكتر من ضربة.
The cocky one. You're about to be humbled.
By a man in a cape? I do not think so.
يو هذه الحركة من أوميني مان إنها عن جد رح تكون صرعة ورح تكون مزعجة لكل الشخصيات. هاي تريمر عنده درع
Finish him. Fatality. Omni-Man wins. Flawless victory.
إذا اللي أخذ early access لأوميني مان رح يلعبها بكرة، رح تنزل. إذا رح ينزل بكرة أوميني مان، رح تكون جاهز لنعمل شوية شوكيس. احتمال أعمل كمان حوارات لأوميني مان إذا حابين.
There we go. That's the trailer right there.
أهلا أخوي وعليكم السلام
About Omni-Man. I love the show. I read the comic books when I was younger.
وتحياتي لكم.
All the-
نبدأ كومبات كاست.
He does all the punch. He kind of seems like a bad guy,
Doesn't
Yeah.
seem great, right?
but good dad.
Yes.
Good dad. Goodish dad.
He tries.
There you go.
So that was an awesome trailer. We're gonna go through Omni-Man and Trimmer
And Tremor.
later. So a couple things to talk about before we move on. We did have a patch just recently in the last
Yep.
couple of weeks where we added move tagging, which
Yes.
people have been requesting. The shrine now moves faster than it did.
Yeah, so there's a shorter downtime in between the times that you can pull to get another shrine item.
Right. And also, anything quality of life related like that, please, tweet at Mortal Kombat. We do read all of those things. Always looking
Absolutely.
to try to help improve the quality of life for our players. One thing I'd like to add is that in the upcoming patch, we will be having 2 out of 3
For Combat League.
Yes.
All right.
Wow.
Yes.
So you'll be able to get a couple more matches in on your lunch break.
Yep.
Not as long. So 2 out of 3 is definitely coming to Mortal Kombat 1 for
Yes.
Combat League. What else? In the last patch, we had some character adjustments, things like that. Just a lot of quality of life things. And we'll be continuing to do that as we go forward.
As
Yeah,
we will. Yes,
a lot
of course.
cool stuff.
Speaking of that sort of thing and quality of life,
Yes.
let's talk about Invasion.
Oh, okay. We're doing that now?
Let's do it now.
Okay, terrific. So, of course, Season 2 overall is coming
هلا رح نحكي عن انفيجن سيزون 2.
Combat League, and that's for Invasions.
خلينا نشوف.
For Invasions, we're introducing a new Mesa.
اوكي في عندك خريطة جديدة للميسا اللي هي
Let's
الخرائط
check it out. And it's
اللي
bloody.
موجودين. اوكي رامبارت. واضح انه طريق ثلج. هل ممكن سب زيرو يكون الزعيم هون غير سكوربيون اللي كان موجود بالسيزون 1؟ اوكي في شيء جديد. بوي.
Okay, that's pretty.
So there's a couple dead bodies. If you might not have noticed, there's a couple
Yeah,
dead bodies
it's
around
an
the
aesthetic
environment.
choice.
There's a new invading force this season.
ان شاء الله يكونوا يصححوا بعض الامور اللي كانت موجودة بالسيزون 1.
Yeah.
كان في اغلاط.
It's the season of the blood moon. And of course, these are just an example of some of the skins. These are the combat
شوفوا
skins that you're going to be able to obtain for season 2.
They're really cool.
Yes, they're very
Ashra,
cool. So we have bloody
Li Mei,
vampire versions of
Serena,
and so
Blood.
you'll be collecting those skins and palettes through the new season of Invasions, along with the seasonal store, and then those ones that are exclusive to Combat League.
Gotcha.
اوكي في منهم كومبات ليج يا شباب، هدول اللي شفتوهم قبل شوي.
Some of the other mesas, but there's new pathways. There's new opponents. There's new
ما اتوقع
fights, there's new
الباك
chests,
2
new
ما بعرف.
rewards. And so it's not the same experience that you had in season 1.
All new clues.
All new clues for
One of
clue
my favorite
chests.
parts.
Yes. that are my favorite, but we'll see if people figure them out.
Yep.
But in addition to that, we have some quality of life updates and changes to Invasions.
Talk about it.
Well, let me grab my notes if you don't mind.
Sure.
All right. So one of the first things that we're doing is we're taking super armor off of all opponents that are not bosses. And so only bosses will have the super armor. Elemental armor from like major bosses or from Talisman is now based on a number of hits. We've added a new progressive tower. So in Season 1, we had kind of like a challenge tower in the Gateway Mesa. So we're removing that, and for Season 2, we're adding what we call a progressive tower. It gets harder each time you beat it. And when I say harder, I mean it goes up levels. So it'll start at level 10 opponents, and then each time you beat it, it'll increase the level. And so it's the only content in Invasions that you can actually fight above level 30. And so we're kind of excited to see how far people can get this progressive tower.
And you can do it at different times in your run on Invasions.
ما اتوقع ال DLC كاي صديقي ما اتوقعش.
Or you can complete the golden path and then just start at level 30 if that's what you want to do, right?
إذا في تغييرات كبيرة على Invasion 2 Season 2.
Critical hits now all deal 3 times more damage and have a more impactful debuff too, which makes it kind of like the critical hits more noticeable and engaging. We've toned down some modifiers like auras and storms. You only get talisman now from like chests. We're not just rewarding them from fights and things like that, and they're all legendary. And so they're all very powerful talisman. And some very fun, goofy ones too.
There's a particular one that I'm using in my playthrough right now that's so awesome, and I can't wait for people to see it.
Right. And in addition to that, I don't know if people have noticed, but we've added the ability to run in the Halloween patch, but making navigation just faster, making that feel better as well. We've lowered the chances of ambushes, so that's rarely going to happen for you, just so you're aware. We've added more variety of opponents to each mesa. In the first season we kind of showcased
صديقي هذه الكومبات كاست جديدة لأوميني مان بدهم يعرضوا جيم بلاي جديد وحكوا لنا شوي على الانفيجن. الموسم الجديد قادم قريبا واحتمال يمكن مع أوميني مان ممكن ينزل أو بعد ما يخلص كومبات ليج.
And when a season ends, this is just kind of addressing some questions that we've had.
Some things on Twitter.
Yeah, and so when a season ends, seasonal credits and crowns will reset, but coins do not. So when a new season begins, the same amount of coins.
حلو.
The other currencies do reset.
الكوينز أو المصاري دول بكون معك بالسيزون 2 رح يكونوا موجودين. هذا الحمد لله.
The season 1 shrine items
أهم
aren't
شيء.
going to go away. We're actually just going to be adding more items to it for season 2. So the people that have a bank of coins, you can go to the shrine and you can just start getting all the season 2 stuff that you want, that you're able to get once it begins.
So yeah, you're not missing out if you didn't finish the shrine.
Correct.
A lot of people have been asking that, so that's good knowledge. Good things to
and there's other little changes here and there. We've toned down some of the modifiers, things like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Derek.
Of course.
I think should we get to Omni-Man?
طبعا السيزون 2 أول ما ينزل إن شاء الله رح نعمل عنه لفة مرتبة لنشوف شو الجديد فيه.
Alright, let's go. So, Omni-Man is a very simple character to describe.
وهلا رح يعرضوا لنا جيم بلاي لأوميني مان. خلينا نركز مع بعض.
It's kind of interesting. We've had a lot of characters who are really fast. We've had a lot of characters that are super strong, and he kind of combines them in pretty neat, interesting ways. So let's check him out.
يلا.
Normals first.
اوكي عندك تريمر زي ما شايفين فوق في عندك فاريشن اسمه تريمر افتر شوك. اوكي واضح انه اوميني مان قصير. يو متوحش الهجمة متوحش المشي تبعته متوحشة. اوكي هذه ميد. اوكي جاكس جراب. Gotcha.
Is that a string right there?
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, at the end is just a 1+3 input.
You know I love them.
يو حبيت الديزاين تاع أوميني مان شيء خرافي.
Close, this is back. It has 2 options. Back 1-1 pops
حلو.
and back 1-2 is mid-min and is safer.
اوكي هذه عشان سيف.
Cool air combos, but we'll have to wait, I
Well,
guess.
I'm sure we'll see some. He also has some really interesting mix-ups to open up the opponent. Like for
Damn.
example, his sweep is pretty unique.
Ooh.
He drops down and does extra damage.
يو هذه الحركة رح تكون مدمرة للمقاتلين.
Show off.
He also has 4-3 where he literally just stomps the
Okay,
ground and
عندك
creates an earthquake.
لو واوفر هيد اللي جابوا لنا اياها.
And then I think this is one of his coolest moves. He has an awesome long-range overhead where he zips
Oh.
across the screen super fast.
والله سريعة.
Close, will zip behind you.
اوكي عملوا نيرف لأوميني مان على السريع.
Just forward too.
What?
نيرف أوميني مان.
Really good range.
That's all I'm gonna need.
يا سريعة.
Yeah, you can mix that up.
اوكي هذه لو اوفر هيد. هي كمان جراب.
Putting people's faces in the ground.
Yeah, he's a strong guy. So let's
Wow.
go over his special moves. Great.
Yeah.
One unique thing about Omni-Man is he actually has a lot of aerial mobility. All of his special moves can be done in the air. He has ground and air versions of all of them, which is pretty unique to MK. First one I'd like to show is the Mega Clap. Puts his hands together. It's not patty cake, it's the Mega Clap.
Wow.
Sends them very, very far. It's a great combo ender with Punisher, kind of mid-range footsie tool.
Could you almost use it like zoning too?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Keep them in, keep them out.
Doesn't go full screen.
Not full screen, but the EX version goes even further and will destroy projectiles.
اوكي عندك بتصير بروجكتايلز اول ما تعملها امبليفاي بوديك لاخر السكرين.
Big charge mover. He literally just like charges in with his.
Yo.
And we've all learned in the 90s in N64 wrestling games that if you put your chest
Yes.
out, you're blocking moves. So he can just barge in.
يو.
Has armor. This kind of is advancing. You think they're gonna do like a projectile. You want to get in. Kind of similar like.
اتوقع هذه مش سيف.
Another special move he has that, and you'll see this, being able to close the gap is a reoccurring theme with Omni-Man.
Gotcha.
Because he
He
wants
has
to get in there
this.
and punch.
Exactly. Torpedo move.
اوه
Superhero clap.
سريع
You
كتير.
can do this in the air and it actually goes down.
اوه كمان الاير. اوكي هذا اومني مان كريزي.
Another move great for just.
يو سريع كتير مش قادر اركز عليها.
It's very, very quick.
So this is interesting though, because if you do it on the ground, you're not following up.
Correct. But if you do it in the air,
اوكي كومبو.
Very cool. I also,
ما اتوقع ان هذه سيف.
how the blood from his opponent gets onto his.
يو الانيميشن جراب هذا الشيء خرافي.
It's pretty awesome. Like I know that we get blood on everybody, but for some reason on him it just looks real cool.
It's just kind of iconic with
Yeah.
him, you know.
yes. So then let's go over his most interesting special move that I think really sets him apart.
اوكي هات اوريجينال سبيشال موف.
So it's down back 3.
Here we go.
And he starts hovering in the air. And from here, he has 4 different moves plus a bunch of mobility options. Let's start with the mobility. You can cancel it, but you can also warp forward
Yo, what?
extremely quickly. And again, he can do this in the air like all of his special moves.
This is pretty awesome.
And we'll go over
لا.
first, I think is one of the key moves, which is this grab.
اوكي.
His main combo starter. You can quickly go into it.
جوز مجنون هذا اومني مان مجنون.
Off of the low I talked about earlier.
يو.
Just dragging people in the dirt.
He also has this move where he zooms across super
شو؟
fast behind you.
هاي مستحيلة.
Combo ender, it's a great check. You think the opponent
نيرف اومني مان.
throws something out. when
ضعفوا اومني مان هلا.
you go into it. He also has an overhead from anywhere on the
Overhead.
down.
So it tracks.
Exactly. And then lastly, a big anti-air uppercut.
واو.
Zooms across.
اتوقع هذه اوفر هيد او عفوا اللي هي هاي ممكن تعمل ضك فيها.
I just love that spine break.
يو.
It's so cool. I like the facial animation. So then the question is, how am I supposed to go into this stance when you're doing projectiles, you're doing long-range normals and all that, and he's just vulnerable floating there, right?
Well, I don't think he
Wrong.
really is.
No,
I don't
no,
think
no,
so.
no.
So in building,
Oh my god.
when he does it, he's immune to all fireballs. They will literally just pass through him. And
مستحيل يا اخي مستحيل. invincible.
That's some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen.
It's definitely
It's
awesome.
pretty awesome.
Just dodging.
The EX version starts up faster. And
هذه الحركة لحاله بيعمل انه بيعمل dodge لل
to normal attacks as well. And then he can go
اوه لا مستحيل.
as a recovery.
Finding times to use that's gonna be really interesting.
Yes. And again, he
حد
can
يحكي لي انه هذا عن جد اللي بشوفه انا؟
version is very, very quick.
It's gonna be embarrassing too.
It is very, very, very
That's
cool.
awesome. I love it.
And then lastly, for his mobility, he has a unique air dash. This
Ooh.
actually has a physical hit attached to it. It doesn't just pass through the opponent. So you can see he spins the opponent around.
نايس. اوكي بتعمل كومبو.
You can do two as long as you have meters, so you can do stuff like you can do some really cool things. So you can use that to get in,
اوه
out, and it'll always have
اوكي اومني مان.
So again, to recap that, if you
رسميا رح يكون المين تبعي.
if you want to do it twice, like in a combo like I showed, it's going to take a bar, similar to how Notaro works.
Very cool.
So I think in general, Omni-Man's a pretty simple powerhouse character to play. But he's got
Damn.
great mobility options.
انيميشن الميكانيكا الحلوة
I think
كتير.
the Viltrumite stance is going to be super, super interesting. to
And
see.
people, yeah, people sometimes like of my level probably when you hear stance.
Nope. Boom.
His stance
Ah.
it's not your
No.
typical like. It's not that hard to use, really.
Right, it is not really hard to use, and he was not meant to be. He is
Right.
meant to be like,
واو
just like
21%
he is just an
على
absolute
grab.
tearing through people
Gotcha.
endlessly. That's exactly what our design team went with, and I think they really nailed
It
it.
shows, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Super cool. I love it.
يو
I think he's
فعلا عن جد
really
حلو.
cool. Would you guys like to see Tremor?
I think we would.
هلا بدنا نشوف
You know what? Let's
ترامر.
just save it for another day, Raven.
Just save
Just
it?
save it for another day.
حركاته يا زلمة
All right.
مش طبيعية.
Okay, all right.
So Tremor's one of the most
ما
interesting
توقعت حركات
games in the game, and I can't
جميلة
wait to see
لهالدرجة هاي.
players use him.
أنا كنت متخوف منه صراحة.
Moves than any of the original
هلا بدهم يورجونا ترامر اللي هو الفاريشن.
works.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So we all know Tremor
هات
did
لنشوف.
in Mortal Kombat Special Forces, but he really made his big playable debut in MKX,
Correct,
where he
correct.
had 3 variations.
Yes.
And that's something our design team wanted to bring back. You can actually go Aftershock, Metallic, and Crystalline, and he has a different set of moves in each stance. So I'll show how it works. He starts with Aftershock. You can even see in his life bar, and he's like the brown, rocky, kind of traditional looking clobbering time Tremor.
Right.
So he has 3 moves when he's in Aftershock.
Mhm.
He has his rock
عنده
punch,
3 حركات للأفتر تشاك اللي هي ضربة
comes
Punch.
in,
Yep.
Save
البانش.
by block, knocks you away. You can use it to end your stream.
تمام.
He also has up punch.
اوكي هذه بتعمل فيها كومبو.
Which I'm
Nice.
pretty sure he also had
In
in
MKX.
Yes.
And then lastly, he has his ground pound, where he comes in.
اوكي هذه لو. هذه 2 لو.
So if you have a really good overhead, for example, maybe you have a mid-screen overhead that's almost instant. You can also have a mid-screen low that's almost instant.
دام عندك ميكسات مرتبة لأوميني مان.
Exactly, right.
And so you would say Aftershock. He's sort of the attacker.
Yeah.
هذا
it's
توب
offensive,
تير.
it's
أنا متأكد رح يصير توب تير هذا الأوميني مان.
standard Tremor,
Right.
kind of the one.
يو
the
حبيت
base,
المشي تبعته.
why it's the default one.
Right.
So then, at any time, you hit R1, and he'll come out
Ooh.
and cycle to the next one.
ميتاليك صار اسمه.
Now he has an entirely new set of moves, and they're all lava-based. He has his lava
Oh.
like your mid-range, safe, kind
صار اسمه فاريشن فوق إذا شايفين فوق ترامر صار اسمه ميتاليك.
anti-air lava burst. And then this is really, really cool. He has his bowling ball, which is a low.
هذه اللي حكيت عنها.
It becomes an
اوه برمي.
Okay.
kind of mid-range
هذا
attacks.
بينفع على جوني كيج بما انه برميش جوني كيج.
full screen that you can mix up.
واو عندك ميكس بس واضح انه بطيء شوي
Right, so
الميكس.
then that gives you
تقدر تلحق بين الأوفر هيد واللو.
or projectile if you have a character that is lacking.
هذه ام كي اكس على فكرة.
Or if you have really good projectiles and you want to double down,
Double
with
down.
mix-ups, you can go that way.
Right.
And maybe you have like really great anti.
اوه البركان ترامر.
and want to jump. You know, you could put out Lime's.
حبيت
answer.
الديزاين تبعه صراحة حلو.
It's just all kind. I think the creative freedom in the cameo system is the coolest part of the game, right?
Can't agree more.
And then lastly, one more stance.
Okay.
اوه
People are looking forward
كريستالين.
to this.
اوه ماي.
I,
Oh,
Ed kind
no
of teased
way.
it, and I think a lot of people guessed some of the stuff he could do.
Yeah, totally.
So,
أعطيني
in
أعطيني
Crystalline,
الكريستال.
he has
اوه
Crystalline
هذا
burst,
الدرع
which will reflect projectiles.
بروجكتايل اللي بضربوا عليك بيقدر يصدها
There's no way they're gonna
مثل
do it.
موتارو.
We did. Crystalline
سب زيرو
So once he has crystalline armor, it's doomsday for the opponent.
صار مثل سب زيرو.
Oops, I was too slow. Oh my god.
لحظة
Summon the armor,
خلينا بس اتأكد من شغلة.
and he will just absorb
أوه
that.
بوعش
Absolute badass.
صار invincible.
And so the way this works, the cycling.
اوكي هي مثل سب زيرو بس هذه انه فرق انه هو
particular order. And if you
إذا
hold
هو
down,
ضربك.
it goes the opposite order. So you could go from crystalline to aftershock instead of
غير سب زيرو اللي كان بالبروجكتايلز.
cycling.
So there is definitely a skill
Yes.
cap on like people who can go back and forth and know what you're
Exactly.
doing. So like yes, they have a lot of moves, but yes, you have to be cycling.
Exactly.
هدول واضح انهم على الترتيب اذا ملاحظين الفاريشن كيف حطهم.
Cannot go straight from aftershock
واضح انه بعد الكريستال بيجي الافتر شاك بعدها بيجي
to aftershock unless you go down, like you cycle back.
الميتاليك.
Myself. But it'll make sense because there's only 3.
Right.
So
Right.
it's rather you want to go which order. And then there's a really cool twist, I think, really sets him apart. When you call him out, it's an ambush move and you can transition into any of these attacks. So let me show you. Right now I'm in crystalline. If I go to aftershock and immediately enter a back in R1, he will immediately, while still on screen, go into the ground pound. Like so.
Oh.
Oh,
Or
interesting.
next in the cycle is metallic. So let's say I wanted to do the bowling ball.
Nice.
Or crystalline. I can do instant crystalline armor.
Interesting. Very cool.
So that means all of his moves can also be ambush moves if you commit to bringing him out
اهلا ابراهيم وعليكم السلام. وين متأخر يا زلمة؟
doing the move. Now that's going to be somewhat risky. They can get you out of it. You're going to have to be where you are in the cycle and all that. So there's a lot of risk and a lot of thought that's going to go into it, but it's extremely powerful if you master the cycle. And I think it's one of the cooler mechanics in the game for
حبيت هذه اللو اوفر هيد صراحة تكون مدمرة للأعداء.
I think we have one more thing to show.
Oh,
His fatal blow.
Better blow.
Fatal blow attack that he goes into is pretty neat because again it uses his speed. You can see here.
nope.
هو 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 هو. أوه. بام بام بام. اوه بوم راح المنخار. 35%.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
جو حلو.
Yeah.
So
pretty
cool. So early access for Omni-Man is on the 9th,
That's right.
and then Trim will be out later this month.
Yep.
And in addition to that, too, we will be having free trial towers as well. So you'll be able to try Omni-Man for free if you do not have early access for it.
Yep. And that'll be in the gateway portal.
Correct.
Sounds great.
Hi.
Yep.
لسه لقدام رح يعملوا شوية نيرف لأوميني مان أنا هيك حاسس يعني. أتوقع إنه خلص الكومبات كاست هلا بس حابب أرجع لورا شوي أورجيكم
Reason everyone's
100%.
شغلة خلينا نشوفها.
All right. Happy birthday.
بس يخلصوا خاف يحطوا شغلة ورا يحطوا لنا تريلر ولا إشي.
Hansel's daughter.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Happy birthday to Andrew Stein, Jordan Hedges, Natalie Asport, Kato Moritz. Did I do that right? Close enough? Okay.
الشخصية بتنزل من الليلة اللي هو
Even get close.
بأمريكا أتوقع بالليل
Danny. We'll go with Danny. Ed.
أو بأستراليا بعرف شو وين بس هي ب9 الشهر بنزل
Mark Chang. And of course,
غدا يعني
Stephanie
بكرة.
Brownback.
Oh, that's me.
Yes.
birthday.
فإذا حابين أعمل لكم الحوارات أو الشو كيس للشخصية أنا جاهز.
Since you don't like him.
That's fair.
I feel like I've really gotten into him over the last year.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe not. So that's birthday shout-outs. Before we do sign off for the day, as we have in the past, have QA put together a fight with
Yep.
Omni-Man to show Omni-Man and Tremor in all their glory. So
And we can't do a belt battle because Tyler jammed his thumb.
it hurt.
Tyler, I understand you've been playing a lot of Combat League and you're doing pretty good.
I've been playing a lot of Combat League. I just hit Demigod 2 days ago. I'm playing Havoc. Havoc's my main. There's an announcement.
Okay.
أنا وصلت بكومبات ليج براكة لعند المستوى اللي قبل الأخير بس وقفت لأني كنت بدي حاب أجيب السكين براكة كان موجود بآخر مستوى
Trail ends when it comes to
بس اعطونا اياه وقت ما اجى على خريطة الانفيجن فخلاني اوقف عند اخر قبل المستوى الاخير.
So before we go, let us show a
اوميني مان انا يعني شريته من زمان.
Fight with players far
ايرلي اكسس
better
رح ينزل بكره.
than man.
let's take a look.
Absolute power has corrupted you. Power doesn't corrupt.
حابب اعملكم الحوارات اذا حابين. هو فكر حالك اذيتني.
It's very good.
جو حدا يحكي لي هذه الحركة كيف بده يصدها. اوكي هذه السيف. اوكي
I've always liked the hair, the white hair on the side, because that's what's happening to me.
Oh, same here.
So yeah,
ليتس جو 34%.
You can see right there, Omniman tried to call out Tremor, and Scorpion actually stuffed it. So Tremor is very, very powerful.
اوه
but
ضاعت.
it's free, call him in any time. I think
ليتس جو شوجينكو عمل لك الميمك.
how they learn to preemptively stuff cameos and all that.
you avoided the hellfire there too.
Yeah, that was awesome. It's definitely his coolest move.
It's so flashy. It's awesome.
اوكي هذه حركة حتكون مجنونة.
Effortless power.
راح تكون مزعجة للاعبي البرو. اوه تونت.
He's not like, it's like he's not even putting a
لاعبي البرو
Yeah, it's
راح يجننونا بهالحركة.
very well done. Lava burst.
نايس. هذه اتوقع سيف.
Big rock.
Should be called getting dunked on.
Oh, we get anti-air. Didn't really get a lot from it.
Just doing some spear pokes, really.
Scorpion and his spear pokes.
Oh,
good blocks. Convert.
Oh, good combo.
Not done yet.
Damn.
The air combo, like hitting that air dash and seeing him spin around is very fun. God, Omni-Man's neck.
he's
Really
fine.
unfortunate. Yeah.
اوه حلوة.
His cape's on fire.
Nice
Oh,
time.
yeah, this is gonna hurt pretty bad.
Take him up to the air.
I think it's really fun. How
اوه هذه بانش حلو. هلا عرفت منيحة.
chunks that.
كنت احكي لكم عنها هذه بانش.
He's also got some really cool fatalities.
حلو حبيتها.
Very, very.
البريك تاعت
Combo breaker, it was a giant rock.
Yes.
Tremor حلوة.
Tremor riding and
حسيته اجى من كوكب تاني.
is great. I was the first time I saw
واو
it, like,
38%.
That's awesome.
لحظة سكوربيون بدنا الفتالة الثانية لأومني مان. نحاول ايوه.
penetration and everything of just a man surfing a rock drop down.
Looks like that's gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't see Scorpion making
اعطينا الفتالة الثانية لأومني مان لنشوف شو هي لانه ما شفناهاش اتوقع صح؟ هي بظ العين. جابوا شوي منها. ايها لا مش هي. ما بدنا هاي.
This really is the perfect fatality.
Fantastic. And this the drop at the end. Nice.
لا بس أومني مان. تأكيدا ما في.
All right.
So good.
Super cool. Thank you to the team in QA for putting that together. Always awesome fights.
Way better than I would do.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
A fun anecdote is that Robert Kirkman's actually a huge MK fan
Yeah.
to the point where when we were talking about that fatality, he was the one that remembered the MK3 subway stage and the Boon Tobias sign and all that. Like,
Oh, really?
That's
yeah,
awesome.
like he was all in on MK.
Thank you for being a fan.
Thank you everybody for joining us. We're super excited for Omni-Man.
And check out the new season of Invincible.
Yep.
Like, if you haven't watched the previous season,
Yep.
the new season, check it out.
Fantastic show. So thank you all so much for joining us. We hope you enjoy Omni-Man, and then later down the line, Tremor. We will see you next time.
Thank you.
اوكي ثانك يو. حابب اشوف بس شغله بس سريع. المسكنات هدول اللي شفتهم هدول خليني بس اورجيكم اياها. وين راحوا؟ وين راح؟
There you go.
So that was an awesome
Tremor.
later couple of weeks.
Yeah, see, there's a shorter downtime in between the times that you can pull.
تحملوني بس اشوف السكنات اوكي هايهم.
Also, you know, anything
هذول السكنات راح يجوا بسيزون 2. اتوقع هذول راح يجوا كمان بالكومبات ليج زي ما حكوا، اللي هي 10. هذه ليماي وهذه نيتارا. شوفوا لي على السكنات الدمويه، واضح ان اسمها بلاد. نسيت شو كان اسمه؟
These are the combat league skins that you're gonna.
اوكي كومبات ليج سكين زي ما مؤكد هلا.
For season 2.
They're really cool.
Yeah, they're very cool. And so we have bloody vampire.
بلادي فامباير اسم السكين. واضح انهم جميلين جدا على سارينا اكثر من هدول، لانه سارينا بتعرف انها دمويه اكثر. فهذا السيزون 2 للانفيجن. في كمان شغله خلينا نشوفها بس، اللي هو الجيم بلاي اومني مان.
Air combos, but we'll have to wait, I guess.
Well, I'm sure we'll see some. He also has some really interesting mix-ups to open up the opponent. Like, for example, his sweep is pretty unique because he drops
هذه
down,
لو بعدها اوفر هيد. هذه خطيره جدا، هذه مزعجه رح تكون. هذه مزعجه الحركه يا شباب.
drops down and does
اوه
Because he's that.
بس واضح انه عليها بنش اذا صديتها.
What a show.
knock you down.
And that's just the button.
Yeah, it's just forward two.
حابب اعمل
And you
شو كيس لاومني مان بس ينزل ان شاء الله بنورجيكم حركاته مع الفترات الثانيه اذا بنقدر نجيبها.
That's all I'm gonna need. That's it.
شغله ثانيه بدي اشوفها عن تريمر.
It's not patty cake, it's the mega clap. Sends them very, very
Okay.
keep them in, keep them out.
اوكي هذه واضح انها الصفعه.
Not full screen, but the EX version goes even further.
اوكي هذه الصفعه من اومني مان. واضح انها بروجكتايل. اول ما تعمل امبليفاي يروح انه بار واحد.
Round. Everything he does.
بوديك لاخر الشاشه.
Has this big charge mover. He literally just like charges in with his chest, and we've all learned in the 90s in N64 wrestling games that if you put your chest
Yes.
out, you're blocking moves. So he does
بدي اشوف تريمر هلا.
Iconic with
special moves.
Is-
Super fast behind you. That's a great.
حد يحكي لي انه تريمر هاد لما يجي
And that gives you also zoning abilities or projectile.
هون اومني تريمر عنده اسمه ميتاليك اللي هو الفاريشن. الثانيه
Dead,
او الاولى عفوا اللي هي
which is
الافتر شوك. زي ما شايفين فوق موجود افتر شوك. لما يكبس زي ما حكى انه في كبسه بتكبسها بيجي على طول ميتاليك.
cycle to
اما الثالثه فهي
you can mix
Which is
exactly.
awesome. Okay.
خلينا بس ايوه اللي هي الكريستال. هون لازم نعرف انه رح يجوا ورا بعض، يعني بالتسلسل. افتر شوك بعديها اللي هي الميتاليك بعديها الكريستال. هدول رح يجوا ورا بعض بالترتيب، ما بتختار انت واحد منهم.
Stay for the opponent. The cycling is
recycling.
Yeah.
هذا شوي حيكون صعب تختار اي واحدة بدك اياها.
you're gonna have to manage the order
كل فاريشن لتريمر في 3 حركات له. هذا كمان حلو.
that you're in because you cannot go straight from
في منهم اللو في منهم الهاي
to
زي ما شفتوا.
and all that. So
اوكي هيك واضح انه انتهى البث يا شباب. اتوقع انه
right, yeah.
هيك رح ننهي الفيديو هون. بس قبل ما انهي، حد سمع باحلى خبر عن GTA 6؟ التريلر، اول تريلر راح ينزلوه لجي تي اي 6 او كاتبين هم نيكست جي تي اي، راح يكون بشهر 12. واو، هذه كانت صدمة إلي أول ما شفت الخبر صراحة. شو رأيكم بالخبر؟ أنا فكرته على فكرة، كان فكرتهم بمزحوا، طلع فعليا في ديسمبر أول تريلر راح ينزل للجي تي اي 6. واو، قديش إلنا ننظر؟ 8 سنين صح؟ وأخيرا أعلنوا عنها. اوكي شباب، هون راح انهي الفيديو، ان شاء الله تكونوا استمتعتوا فيه. شكرا كل واحد كان موجود هون. نلتقي في كومبات كاست جديد من شخصية جديدة، او ممكن اذا كان في شيء قبل يظهروه ان شاء الله بكون انا على الموعد. لا تنسى اشتراك، تحط لايك. سلامات.